There's been a lot of speculation on the web and throughout the industry about the sound quality of mixing within a DAW or mixing on a traditional analog large format console.
You can get a great mix outside of the box, you can get a great mix inside of the box. At the end of the day, you're still standing on the top of the mountain and you got a great mix.
In the past, when we'd done these mix bus comparisons between an analog console and Pro Tools, we were really just comparing the mix bus. So we basically took the channels, they were either hard, panned hard left, panned hard right, or in the center, and it was mostly just fader level to the mix bus. We've taken it one step further here. Now we're actually using the processing. In the case of Pro Tools, we're using the Waves SSL plugins. We have the EQs in circuit, we have the dynamics in circuit, and the mix bus compressor.
We used the little faders, we're not going through VCAs, and I used reverbs and effects inside Pro Tools, so we bust into that. I used compressors and EQs on the board and just mixed the song as I would normally mix it.
I was pretty much limiting myself already to the dynamics and EQ in the board. I wasn't one of these guys that turned around and grabbed a Pultec every other module. So I don't feel limited by what I've done here.
We've had different, well-known mixers come in, and they've actually done a mix on the SSL using the EQ and dynamics and the quad bus compressor. And then we've then gone and duplicated the settings as best as we could within Pro Tools using the Waves plugins. We actually flip the phase on each channel when we sum it with the SSL channel so that we can get the maximum cancellation between the two signals, and then we move on to the next channel.
But this is a much larger scale test, and it's more of a real world test. So it's good that it's being done.
What really got me sold on the Waves package was when I demoed it, I found that when I turned the knobs the same way I would turn the knob on an SSL, the exact same sound I was expecting to come out came out. And that was a first for me in terms of a modeled plugin that I was very familiar with. And that's why this experiment is so interesting to me.
The idea here is we're not trying to say that one is better than the other. We're just trying to show you that they are so close, there is no sonic penalty that you pay with mixing in the box, and that really what you're getting out of now with the modern day plugins, double precision plugins, that there really is no appreciable difference between mixing on an analog console and mixing within Pro Tools.
I've done records where I've mixed completely in the box on some songs and not on other songs. And then when the record came out, I would ask people, can you tell which one was mixed inside the box and which one wasn't? And the answer is always no. There's a lot of people who like to spout opinions about how things should be, and we need tests like this. We need people who are willing to take the time to do these tests to really see, what is the difference, what's going on. And
so far on the tests that we've done to date, the average listener has not got more than 40 or 50% right, which basically means they're not hearing a difference. Or if they are hearing a difference, they're not picking which one is the analog console or which one is Pro Tools.
The other interesting thing about today for me was I haven't mixed on an SSL for close to 2 years now. And getting back on this desk it felt great, don't get me wrong, I love these things. But I again reassured myself that what I'm doing on the Icon is actually faster, easier, and more flexible than anything I can do on this desk.
There's not an engineer on the planet who's worth any salt who can't say, I went and turned an EQ and I heard the difference, and then at some point later he found out that that EQ was not in the circuit. If you haven't had that experience, you don't know that you could be talking yourself into hearing things. We do that all the time. So you really have to be clear to make these decisions, these auditory decisions.
The sound quality of the SSL is as it always was, and I feel like I haven't missed this part of it at all. I get this at home. I have these sounds available to me already.
So now that we've actually got these files, they're going to be posted for you guys to download and listen to them. You guys take the Pepsi challenge. Take a listen to this stuff, and you tell us which one do you think sonically has any advantage or is sonically better than the other, and which one is the analog console and which one is Pro Tools HD.
I think that once you get out of a monitoring environment like this, where you have a very low noise floor and you're totally lasering in on what you're listening to, I don't know that you would notice any difference.